Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. This is Victor Callender. Today is the Sunday, the 27th of April, 12:44 p.m. Coming from you from the Pacific coast of the United States of America. Hope you and your families are doing quite well. Hope you're enjoying this Sunday. And to those of you celebrating the holiday tomorrow with Barbados, I hope that you enjoy that holiday peacefully and safely, and that you remember the contributions that were made by those in Barbados who paid a heavy price, some with their lives, so that we can live and enjoy the beauty that God has given to us in Barbados. I am talking to you here today with reference to the upcoming by election in St. James. And I am offering to you today that election by election um, is about a referendum on Ralph Thorne. But more especially, it is a referendum on the idiocy of the Democratic Labour Party and where the direction of that party is going, as it references leadership in Barbados and being a viable opposition party in Barbados. Let me offer this to you. Permit me to offer this to you. If Ralph Thorne and the Democratic Labour Party are unable to grab this seat in St. James in this upcoming by election, let it be known that that party, the Democratic Labour Party, would have become only a fringe party, a fringe political party in Barbados, and not a viable political machine able of in Parliament representing Barbadians seriously. And further, I would contend that Ralph Thorne, if he does not win in this by election in Barbados, should step aside as the leader of the Democratic Labour Party. He should demit that position because it would have solidified the fact, one, that he has not made a good decision in the person that he would have chosen to run for that seat, and that his leadership would have been seriously damaged because he would have placed a stranglehold around the Democratic Labour Party from which the party may not recover, especially under his tenure. Barbadian serious times require serious people and serious thought processes. No one gives power, the instruments of power, to those who are unable to use that power for the betterment of themselves, their families, and their communities. I would further contend Barbados just sitting in a neutral position as an observer because I'm unable to vote in the political system of Barbados as it stands right now, that Mia Amor Motley has been better for Barbados than was anyone who came before her, especially in the opposition side of the political aisle. That had things remained as they were when she took over the stewardship of Barbados, we would have gone down a slope into political, ideological, and financial nothingness. Barbadians pick sense from nonsense. Right? We have to be able to muster the ability with some level of neutrality to look at the issues as they stand before the people of Barbados. Like Mia Motley or not, like her political positions or not, you have to be able to say that Barbados has become better. Better in some areas, worse in some. We could go out there and we can blame criminal activity on the government of Barbados, and we would be wrong. We would be wrong because the government is under certain constraints. Tackle the situation that now finds Barbadians cringing as far as it relates to crime with too much stridence. The government of Barbados risks being touted as being maniacal or as being non-caring as far as using police and the military um, talents available to them to solve the problem. So one has to solve the problem of crime, looking at the totality of government, looking at the financials of government, looking at the sociology of government, looking at the theology of government. The prime minister and her government will be plagued with all of these conditionalities. Brothers and sisters, I ask you only one thing: be not DLP, be not BLP, be Barbadian. Be Barbadian. Look at Barbados from the context of what is better for you and your children, what is better for the island home that we love so very much. If you can contextualize all of that, then make an independent decision based on your Barbadian DNA, not on the stupidity of what's going to be broadcast to you by people who are not in power and who do not offer you solutions to the problems that you face. Be it known that crime wasn't created by Mia Amor Motley, Santia Bradshaw, or Dale Marshall. The problem of crime is pervasive, and that problem stems from what is a macro global criminal system, not just facing Barbados, but facing and plaguing the whole Caribbean region. The Prime Minister is doing her very best, along with Attorney General Marshall and leader of the government business in the House of Assembly. I do not take a proposition, brothers and sisters, for the Barbados Labour Party, although I have to tell you that I love my Prime Minister. I love Mia Amor Motley. I love her ability to study politics and political systems and to understand them. I think that there has been a measured situation in Barbados to deal with the crime system in Barbados. But the Prime Minister and the government of Barbados is stuck between a rock and a hard place. Too hard on criminals, risks Barbadians saying that there are erosions in democracy. So the Prime Minister has done her very best. Those on the other side of the aisle, namely Ralph Thorne, a guy who spews out venom without solutions, causes you nothing at all, causes you nothing. He has no skin in the game, brothers and sisters. So if you employ what Ralph Thorne and others are saying in Barbados, it will devastate you and your family and the island of Barbados as a whole. Look at how or who he has selected to run for that seat that is now vacant. Brothers and sisters, yes, the situation is going to be whether or not Ralph Thorne's ability to make decisions to solve the problems of Barbadians in that specific jurisdiction of St. James is valid as it references his political leadership. If he cannot muster to make the right decisions to gain a seat, how then can he lead Barbadians going forward in totality? I will offer to you that he cannot, that he will be an abysmal failure, nothing more than a passerby in a parliamentary seat, and that he should demit his position with immediate effect, fastidious effect. So I am asking you, brothers and sisters, to just weigh weigh where the country is. Look at the totality of not just only Barbados. Yes, it does impact your lives in Barbados, but we cannot put the blame squarely on the shoulders of the Prime Minister, the Attorney General, and the leader of government business or any parliamentary representative at all, be they BLP or DLP. We have to look at the tenor of conversation in Barbados. The wave of crime is promoted on criminal enterprise and on young people not being afforded the opportunity to understand a cohesive value system. Therein lies the problem. It is a sociological problem that can be aided better by our schools, our families, the theocracy in Barbados, the church system, and many other areas of Barbadian identity will go a long way in assisting the government. You are the government of Barbados, people. You, Barbadians, are the government of Barbados, whether you know it or not. It is you who offer to the parliamentary representatives who serve you, and they serve you, therefore they are the servants of the people, the ideas and the philosophies to move Barbados forward in this century and beyond. Let not the pages of history reflect that you made decisions that were wrong for yourselves and your families and for the good of Barbados as a whole. Mia Motley is in charge of the ship of state of Barbados. The ship is not rudderless. It is directional. It is going in a good direction, and it is going there with you aboard, people of Barbados. Remember, before Mia Motley, we had a rudderless ship that allowed Barbados to sink into many, many areas of financial downgrades, sending us into a place from which we certainly would not have returned. The Prime Minister stood up, took on the mantle of responsibility and the instruments of government to send Barbados into a direction that was good for the people of Barbados. Look at the system of the wolf pack, brothers and sisters, and by understanding the system of the wolf pack, you will go a long way in understanding the directional efforts of the Prime Minister of Barbados. In a wolf pack, brothers and sisters, be reminded that the strongest wolves are not up front. Far from it. And they're not. They're in the back of the pack. The weaker wolves are in the front. Look at all that's being presented to you by the opposition of Barbados, led by weak wolves, led by a weak leader who intends to do nothing more than tear down Barbados and offer it nothing. His legislative content, I'm talking about Ralph Thorne, has been deplorable. He has done nothing at all to assist Barbadians moving forward. In fact, I would contend that under the previous leader of the opposition, more was done to offer solutions to Barbadians under the previous leader before Mr. Thorne than Mr. Thorne has offered now. He has fractured the Democratic Labour Party, reduced the party of Barrow to nothing more than a fringe party, and it's going to take many political years for recoverability for the Democratic Labour Party. Will you trust a party like that to lead your families going forward in Barbados into plenitude? I will offer that you will not, that you should not. And I will beg you to look at the issues and become an informed electorate rather than being on the fringe of Barbadian politics. I love you all very, very much. And I'm speaking to you from a place that is akin to a wilderness because I'm away from my beloved home. But Barbados, though I be far from you, you will always be in my heart and my soul. To the Prime Minister of Barbados, Mia Amor Motley, the government of Barbados, the people of Barbados, I offer you love, I offer you prayers, and I know that going forward that my beloved Barbados will do great things. It is in your blood to do great things. So I hope and pray that you will enjoy your day of plenty tomorrow peacefully, and I hope without gun violence or traffic violence of any sort. I hope you will enjoy yourselves. God bless, and God bless Barbados.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.